Before I follow the process for brewing the beer, I like to have things prepared ahead of time. So there's our boiling water, our bowl for sanitizing the release valve, and the scissors we'll cut the yeast with. Here we've got everything prepared on the table. We've got our mitts, we got the can, we've got the ingredients, the instruction book. We're ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and pour some boiling water on the scissors. That's to keep it sanitized. Sanitization is super important. I've already washed my hands. Let's get on to the steps. Let's while we're here, let's get this beer going. Number 1, remove transparent lid from the top of the keg. Put it to the side, we'll use it later. Lid removed. Number 2, fill your keg with malt extract from the doy bag. Make sure to empty the bag as much as possible. Careful, this comes off as well. So normally if you're doing your home brew, you're taking your grains and stuff like that and you're mashing them, and what you're coming up with is a wort. So what you have here basically is the wort that it's already been gone through the mashing process, and they've already extracted all the sweetener and stuff like that that's part of it. So we don't have to do any cooking. They do say to put as much of this in as possible, so I'm sure they've got everything measured pretty precisely as far as how much yeast, how much hops, and how much of the malt extract you're supposed to put in here to get the final product. Kind of using my finger on the left hand to keep the distance from the actual opening steady and constant, as best as I can anyway. They say to squeeze as much out as you can. Well, trying not to spill. Let's do this. Three, using a measuring jug, fill 400 milliliters of cold water into the keg. I didn't have this refrigerated long enough, so I put it in the freezer to help cool it down more quickly. 400 milliliters. Check. Add 1 liter of boiling water into the keg. Make sure to sterilize the pressure valve by pouring boiling water on it. Recommend you pour boiling water in a suitable bowl. That was done previously. 1 liter. So this will give me 500 milliliters 2 times. Once. See, I'm using the edge of the can here to stabilize the glass as I pour it. Twice, and there's water left over for the wife for her tea. Reseal the keg with a transparent lid, ensuring that it is correctly sealed. Shake the keg for about 30 seconds, making sure you're pressing down while shaking. It's hot, you just put boiling water in the can, have a towel or something so that you can not burn yourself. 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29,
30. 5. Now it's time to fill up the keg with cold water using measuring jug again. Add a further 2.8 liters of cold water in the keg. 2.8, that's 800 milliliters. So that means we need to go 300. And then 500 4 times. We'll put this bottle aside because this is the other 1.5 liters. We don't need to measure it. It's 1.5 liters plus a half plus 300 is 2.8 liters. I'm smarter than I look. So I am actually seeing foam coming up, but it's not going to come to the edge. Yeah, see, if there's a lot of foam coming out of the keg while you're adding water, allow the foam to settle for 5 to 10 minutes and pour in the rest of the water. 6, add the yeast and hops into the keg. Scissors, was boiling water poured into it, poured over it. Make sure it's sanitary. That's probably one of the most important things about making beer, sanitization. Hops. There's a liquid extract. Oh yeah. Yes. Close your keg with the included pressure control valve. Making sure to grab it from the top, not the part that goes in, keeping it sanitary. Careful not to press the inner part of the valve with the red pin into the keg. Best way to do this is hold the pressure valve from the side. You're not sure. There's a video, QR code on the front. You can watch the video how they made the beer. We're gonna go here. It needs to seal. Hear it snap. All right. Leave the keg in a stationary position for 5 days at 19 to 24 degrees Celsius. Try not to move the keg. We're going to go downstairs and put it downstairs in the basement because it's cooler down there. Hot weather this week, I don't think. Fermentation temperature is important. Yeah, we can handle the can now. We'll take it downstairs and then we'll show you where we put it. Okay, like I say, it's cooler in the basement. We're having a hot spell this summer, so I put a towel around it because I brewed beer before. Sometimes the fermentation can cause a lot of carbon dioxide stuff to come out and maybe have some spillover. So to make it easier to clean up, I've already put a towel around it. We'll see in 5 days when we go to transport this from here to the refrigerator, where we'll let it settle for 2 days in the refrigerator. It is Friday afternoon, 5 full days down here, supposedly doing its fermenting thing. It's time to put it in the refrigerator. It is now in the refrigerator. We will see it again in 2 days, Sunday afternoon. We'll pop it open and see how it is. I'm so excited. All right, we've had 2 days in the refrigerator. Now it's time to release pressure before we try to pour the beer. Wow, that wasn't much. Then they say that, so here it even has it here. Before tapping, push the red pin to the side to allow all excess gas to escape. We've done that. And then turn 90 degrees, pull the red pin and turn 90 degrees. Done that. Got to read upside down here. Pull the tap out of the keg, holding your glass underneath. Turn the tap slightly to the left. The heck. Okay. 1 pull, 2 turn. How am I supposed to do all these things at once? It's really hard to pull out. Okay. And turn. Come here, Anju. I get you your small Norwegian cup here. Cheers. Nice. It's clean. It's not, it's not like my experiments before where I think my beer from fermentation to bottling process got a problem. That's not bad. What are we trying next week? Prost!